Okay, I want to go back and talk about chains of suspensions one more time, now that we understand the properties of suspensions, and just kind of talk about how to make one of these chains of suspensions. So I'm going to get rid of all this. And let's first just make a good old first species counterpoint. So let's go really high to get this started, and let's just go stepwise down. And then we'll resolve it up. Okay, so we're going to be in the key of C here. Now, let's just put a one-to-one counterpoint on this. Okay, what have I got? I have E and G, third, D and F, third, A and E, C, I'm not having a good reading bass clef day, C and E, third, B and D, third, C and C, unison. Okay, so I've got a string of thirds and then a unison. Now that's kind of okay. But we can easily turn this into a chain of suspensions because our cantus firmus is going down by step. That's one of the keys that we need in order for this chain to work, is a down by step motion. Now what we can do is just shift all of this by a half note. If we shift our top line by a half note, let's see if it'll let me just do it. Hold on. I think if I turn this into a half note and then I paste right here. I did it. Okay, so all I did was copy and paste what I already had, a half note off. Okay, so I just literally shifted our counterpoint by 2 beats. And this is what results. Let's look at what results. Let's look at our numbers. So here we have a third still, E to G. And then here we have a third still, okay, preparation. Now here, what do we have? D to G. We have a fourth, okay, and then we get down to our intended third, and now here we have a fourth, and now here we have a third, here we have a fourth, here we have the third, here we have a 2. So what we'd want to do here is, this is the one spot where it doesn't quite work. We'd take that and we'd break it. That's where we would put the break, where we talked about before. And we'd break it like that. So remember, we've got to break it somewhere, or else it's gonna, see, if I go down any more from here, I'm on a unison here. So let's label that correctly, actually. Unison. So if this goes down anymore, I'm going to have a voice crossing, right? Because this is going to go to a D, which is going to be lower than that note because I'm on a unison. So I got to break it right there. But what did that make us? It made us a whole bunch of 4/3 suspensions, a chain of 4/3 suspensions. So all I did was take a string of thirds, stepping down, shifted them, and that gave me this 4/3, 4/3, 4/3 unison. Let's hear it. Right? So that's how you can create a chain of unisons, a chain of suspensions. The rule is that you've got to have a stepwise motion in the bass, or in the cantus firmus, I should say. It doesn't always have to be in the bass. Then just make a one-to-one counterpoint against it. So just whole notes that work on consonants all the way. Thirds are great. That'll get you a 4/3 suspension all the way across, and then just break it when you get to the unison. If we would have set this up as 6s, and we just did a one-to-one with a string of 6s, Then as we pushed forward and shifted it, we would have had 7/6 suspensions all the way across. So that would work as well. So just one more tip on chains of suspensions. Cool? Cool.